Well, we've got a bunch of Montreal Canadiens stuff to go out there and talk about, and some of it is good, some of it is not great, and another part of it is sort of relieving, I guess. I'll let you decide which one is which and which one is which, but either way, we had some Habs notes, and I'm just going to say this right here. I'm a big fan of this schedule. 3 days in between games, it gives fans, it gives the team, it gives a lot of people that are following this story time to breathe. The Habs last played on Sunday, then they're going to play on Wednesday. Of course, this schedule may not be all too relevant beyond Wednesday. If the Canadiens end up losing, then it's like, okay, well, we don't really have a schedule anymore. But still, the extra day, I think, is pretty important, and I'm a big fan of these things. But let's talk about Montreal Canadiens practice today, and just some of the things that we had seen that a lot of folks were going out there and talking about. Starting out with guys that were at practice, because it was broadcasted very eloquently by some of the analysts and journalists that cover the team that Patrik Laine was indeed at practice. Marc-Olivier Cook went out there and said that he participated in the full practice, including taking a few one-timers at the end. He didn't seem to have too much hand or finger discomfort. His shot was at good speed, and he's able to pass without too much trouble. Included are some videos and clips of Laine doing his thing, moving around, getting some passes through, and taking some shots. It's all good to see for the young Finn, but I do kind of question just how the Montreal Canadiens will function if you assume Patrik Laine is good to go, he'll be ready to play, and tomorrow he is back in the lineup. We don't know for sure if that's going to be the case, but if it is, I wonder what the power play looks like. Do they keep Demidov up on that wing and they just put Laine on the second unit? It becomes Mike Matheson's job to feed Laine for the 1T bomb and not Lane Hutson? Honestly, if I had to choose, I would probably assemble my power play lines like that. Obviously, I'm not Marty St. and we'll get to Marty St. in a little bit, but the way the Montreal Canadiens power play moves and how unpredictable they are, it's unlocked an entire new element of offensive potential with Ivan Demidov on that first unit instead of having Laine there. And just having the Habs try to set up Laine for the 1T bomb and misses the net, or it gets blocked and it ricochets all the way out of the zone. Ivan Demidov plays with such a different element of control, skill, finesse, and hockey IQ that it's changed the way the Habs power play looked. Sure, they didn't get the win on Sunday, but the power play still scored 2 straight goals, assisted by Demidov and Hutson. So if Laine is good to go, then okay, that's good, but still, I don't think that means he should be put on that first power play after what we saw on Sunday. But also, there's the conversation onto the lines, the regular lines, because the Montreal Canadiens had a pretty good thing going with Newhook, Evans, and Ivan Demidov. Are you going to take out Heineman or Kapanen and you have Laine on the fourth line, give him really sheltered minutes? I think we have seen already that the top 6 is not going to change. You're not going to move off Caufield from Suzuki or Slavkovsky. You're not going to move off Anderson from Dvorak or Gallagher. Newhook, Evans, Demidov was all right. I actually do like that line. So if it were up to me, I'd probably take out one of Cappy or Heine and just have Laine on the fourth with the Finns, I guess. Armia Laine doesn't sound that bad. If you have Kapanen down the middle and it's an all-finish line, you could have some fun with that, but I do kind of question, what Laine does at 5v5. It's been so inconsequential that is that really the avenue that the Habs want to go down? If you were to take out Heineman, put in Laine, you could say, hey, Heineman is a shoot-first kind of guy, and he's really strong with the puck on his stick. But you could kind of say the same thing about Laine. The value that these guys bring to the team is in their shot. Is it redundant to have 2 guys like that in your lineup? Now, speaking about the lineup, I wanted to talk about some of the other guys who are shoot first, because Cole Caufield had himself a very frightening scene today at Canadiens practice. This was posted about on Twitter by Marc-Olivier Cook. Cole Caufield went into the boards. It didn't look all too good. The video says this, "I'm scared for Cole. He had a really nasty fall in the corner of the rink. He's okay, though. He returned to center ice with a smile on his face. The Habs should not have lost Caufield as well." So yeah, Cole Caufield had a little bit of an injury scare at practice with him falling into the boards here. The collision itself is not on the video. The video included here is just Caufield getting up and skating away, but could you imagine what would have happened if Cole Caufield got hurt right before the most important game the Montreal Canadiens have played in 4 years? Yeah, that would have been bad. But it's good to see that Caufield, the 5'7" new one-timer sniper on that side, is all right and kicking. But to finish things off in this video, I wanted to go over Marty St, the head coach, because there was a video going around at practice this morning of Marty St. laying into his guys. You can tell that he's got some passion behind those eyes, as the caption here on the TVA Sports Twitter account, it says here that he loses his patience. Honestly, I'm not too sure if that's what's going on here. There were some folks on Twitter that were like, oh, St. Louis is fed up with his team. He's upset. He's yelling at them. He's angry. But like, I don't know if I really get that from this video. You can barely hear what he's saying. It's kind of echoey and stuff. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go out there and watch the video yourself. But it feels more like Marty St. is just a passionate guy who is really getting into it, and he wants his players to feel that same drive. It doesn't seem to me, watching this video, oh, he's angry at the Habs and he's yelling at them. It's not like that. I think maybe it's just a, kind of a gut check, motivational speech type thing. Like, guys, we gotta get going. This is gonna be it. We are in the fight. We can still battle back. Stuff like that. I mean, he does yell a pretty exclamatory mark at the end there, so we're not gonna discredit that. But still, Marty St. inspiring his club. It's about drive. It's about power. We stay hungry. We devour. The Montreal Canadiens with their backs against the wall here, heading into game number 5. For what it's worth, this is what Priyanka Emmerth tweeted out. Marty St. and his team being used to having their backs against the wall and proving the doubters wrong. I feel like all year we've had that mentality where everything looks like it's going the wrong way, so to speak, and we get up and speak. So that seems to be the mentality for the Montreal Canadiens at this stage, and I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How are you responding to all of this? Patrik Laine coming back? What do you think the lines look like if he does suit up in the lineup tomorrow? Cole Caufield, thankfully he is still there. He is still kicking. He'll still be playing. And then Marty St. as well with the little, I don't think freak out is the right way to say it, but he did become very emotionally charged in today's practice. How do you read that? How do you respond to that? Let me know in the comment section below. What are your opinions about these Canadiens notes? I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.